Today's episode, Artificial Intelligence, Human Tantrums.
Okay, quiet on this set, everybody. Here we go.
They're the Idiot Philosophers. Charlie Wild and Slats Charlie speed. Unqualified sages, advice you shouldn't heed. Pontificating unclear thoughts, it's plain to see. I didn't want to sing their song, but they begged me.
What does it say about me personally that I have had written arguments with artificial intelligence? I mean, I could feel my blood pressure rising, just dealing with a machine. I swear AI paused a few times, and it's like it was thinking, does this guy actually deserve my help? You know, it's...
Do you yell at your computer? And when you tell people that, do they look at you funny? If so, you may be suffering from AIRD, Artificial Intelligence Rage Disorder. Ask your doctor if AirDex is right for you.
Side effects may include yelling at screens, arguing with chatbots, and spontaneous keyboard slamming. In rare cases, loss of bladder control has been reported.
I don't know how you do it, man. I really don't.
Well, I think we both know that each other can go off on a rage every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Get loud. And poor Willie, my dog, even if I talk loud on the phone, like I was talking to you on the phone the other night, we were, you know, just talking about the podcast, and I get very animated and sometimes very loud. I come from a loud family. Well, Willie thinks I'm yelling. The kids think I'm yelling too. I'm not yelling. I'm communicating. I'm half Italian. I use my hands and my voice.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
It's my
do.
excuse.
But here's the kicker, cowboy. 50% of the time when I call you like out of the blue or something, you're there. And it's technology driven. So
You mean I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm at that rage disorder level?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Blood pressure. I gotta stop doing that. And you know, is it worth it to argue with artificial intelligence?
I guess people use it for therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. I think it is great therapy if you can just curse at it and cuss it out and just completely unload on it. And that's where it ends. I don't mean ask it for advice. You want advice? Ask you. You got good advice. Don't ask AI. But if you wanted to unload on something that wasn't going to give it back to you, I think AI.
Well, see, that's part of the satisfaction when you get into an argument with somebody. At least you know you're going to have that back and forth. But then you're just sitting there in all this rage.
You're not looking at it going, "Oh, I made it feel bad." No, who gives a crap? Make it feel bad. That's my
Yeah.
motto.
They should add that to AI, you know, just a little face, you know, the emojis that lets us humans know how they're feeling after we rage on them. So, but I'm a tech guy. I love tech. I always have.
Always.
And I think I've pretty well stayed up with it, but lately I feel like I'm slipping. I don't know if it's because my brain is shriveling up, I'm getting older, or if just the technology, I just don't want to process it.
Yeah.
You know, my memory sucks, and it has for all time. So I tell my friends, I think I've told you that before, you know, just remind me that I was like this at 24 years old. You know,
I will attest to that. Yes.
But I tell my kids, because my kids, I think, start to worry about me and my memory and my faculties. And I tell them it's been like this for a long time. But the fact is, when you get older, it's like you've got a huge hard drive sitting up here, but you don't, your RAM is deficient.
What
Does that make any sense to you?
No.
That's the fast processing of the computer, the random access memory.
Well, I'm glad I learned something today.
Now,
Ask away.
you are not that technically savvy. We should just throw that out there. Even though you fly the most advanced airliner in the sky right now, flying all over the world and all that, and you've got to have a grasp on that.
Well, that's the weirdest thing. If I told you that the 787 runs off of what's called the Common Core system, and it has two computers called the Common Core resources, a left and right. You know, what they've done is they've said, hey, we're going to go away from all this hydraulic stuff and all of this bleed air stuff off the engines to now it's all wires, fiber optic cables and stuff, and the whole airplane runs off of it. It's like when you push a button up on the flight deck, it goes down to the Common Core system, and then it goes out to whatever system, you know, that it's supposed to make work. I fly a technologically unbelievable airplane. You know me, my cars are all 20 plus years old because I refuse to drive the new computerized stuff because I'm not smart enough to make it work.
You know, it's funny that we're talking about this because one of the flight attendants on one of your recent flights sent me a picture of you in the cockpit during a thunderstorm, and yeah, look at that. Yeah, give you a couple bananas and you can land that plane.
Well, that's funny because I have been watching my favorite video at this moment in time is Disney's Jungle Book. Back to technology. I'm not technical. Yeah. It has been your wheelhouse since we were kids. You always had some kind of a thing going on. I just wasn't me.
A little outside the box here. If AI could take over one chore that you have to do in your life, what would it be?
Man, I don't know how long it'd take me to figure that out, honestly.
So we're going to do an edit here, aren't we?
Yeah.
I should have given this a little bit more thought. If there were one chore, I guess we're going to need another edit, aren't we? If I could have AI take over one thing, it would be communicating with AI.
Okay. Let's circle that around a little bit. How would AI talk to itself? Would it not get in some kind of death loop? That sounds like something out of Star Trek. Here, we'll give it some impossible thing to figure out. Talk to yourself.
Yeah. I remember one of those episodes too that had the something. Anyway, Star Trek fans will let us certainly know about that.
Bring it back to us. Let us know. Did you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Are you numbnuts talking about this?
The Kobayashi Maru, of course. Thank you, Stu.
Whatever.
So you haven't used AI much at all.
One time. I've asked it to do something. One time.
You asked it to do something.
Well, I asked it something.
Not vacuum your floor, I hope.
What? No.
You know the Roomba thing?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Don't have one of those.
Okay.
My wife loves that kind of stuff, as you well know. We'll get a little therapy with the dog
Leaf
hair.
blowers and vacuum cleaners.
Yeah. No, that's no joke. Came back the other day from the land, which she do. She picked up the vacuum and goes, I'm doing this. I go, I'll help you. She goes, no, it's therapy. It's therapy. Now you've got her on that. So anyway, one time I've asked AI a question. One time.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what was the question?
I don't recall. I'm recalcitrant. Why don't you ask AI what that means? We need to get back to what the real gist of this whole thing is and tell people about your AI interaction.
I do voiceover work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm recording commercials all the time for radio, for TV, whatever. This new equipment, I'm not going to read a 400-page PDF. It's just, yeah. It's so much easier to ask AI, hey, I want to do this, this, and this. And AI is all about garbage in, garbage out. If you ask it a stupid question, it's going to give you a stupid answer. But if you ask it a thoughtful, accurate question, then it'll come back, you hope, with accurate answers. But what it was saying was not correct because it wasn't working. And I would say, I don't know how many screenshots I've sent to my AI friend to show, look, here's the setting. Here's what you told me to do. It is not working. It's not. And it will tell me, gosh, maybe I can go back to some of this stuff. It will say things like, relax, you've done nothing wrong. This is
like,
the 100% solution. If you follow these steps exactly, it'll work. It didn't. It did not work.
Does it come back at you with like nuance? I'm serious, a heart attack. Does it come back with you with nuance?
Yes. In fact, let me find a little exchange here.
You got to be kidding.
Oh no. I've thought about asking it not to be patronizing to me. I don't need artificial intelligence patronizing me.
Dude, you don't want to make friends with this thing. You guys are already on the outs.
Yeah, I might have.
You're going to have to take it out to dinner and apologize later. Hey, pal, I'm sorry. I got mad at you.
You know, and that's the weird thing. I'm generally a polite person.
Very.
I will take the time to finish a sentence with please and thank you. I'm also being nice to AI. I actually told it, I said, you know what? You're starting to piss me off. I wrote that as the first thing to AI.
So you wrote that to it. Now, how does it answer you emotionally? Because how are you putting emotion into it, and what are you getting back? See, that's too much for me.
I said, unfortunately, I think you're wrong. All I had to do, and I capitalized all, A-L-L, all in capitals, was switch it back to the way I had it in the first place. All I know is it works now, and spending more hours trying all your suggestions doesn't seem worth it at the moment.
You heard his
want to hear
feelings.
its response?
Yeah.
Charlie, you're not wrong. And you're not imagining things. You're doing the one configuration that Voicemeeter, Banana, and the other program actually supports cleanly. Let me say this plainly without dragging you through more loops. MME is the only mode where Audition can record VAIO in Banana. Not because you've misconfigured anything, not because Windows is wrong, not because Audition is wrong, not because Voicemeeter is broken, but because, and then it goes through this line of things, and it says that's it, that's the whole story, and it matches exactly what you just discovered by doing the simplest thing, switching back to the setup that I originally had. That was my decision. So I could record audio on this computer. You landed on the correct configuration for the software you're using. I did that. After it sent me a couple days on a wild goose chase down a rabbit hole.
And in all this time, you're yelling at it, I'm sure. You lost me at all in caps. And you're like, Kip, get into AI, do AI. AI. I'm like, Nah, F-O that, baby.
Well,
no.
It's great for some things. It really is. And it's my personal belief that AI doesn't really make people smarter. It just makes them better at pretending they know stuff. So I think it's important to let people know how we, the idiot philosophers, think that you should use AI without losing your mind. I've spent so much time arguing with AI over the recent months.
I'm shocked because I know the relationship you have with it is you guys are very close, and
Yeah, kind of like you and your cat.
Julia. So I woke up last night and I couldn't sleep. I go in the living room.
That's his
I'm
daughter,
sitting there.
not his cat, by the way.
I go in there, sit in the living room, and I'm watching a PBS series. She's carrying the cat. She's like, "Dad, why didn't you turn the heater on for the cat, for Lily?" And I'm like, "It was on the last time I looked." Because just before the cat was down at the bottom of the stairs howling.
She is a piece of work, that cat, Lily.
Yeah. And you never let that go.
Well, when I was there, I turned on her heating pad several times because it'll go off after a half hour.
I keep getting reminded about how nice you are to the cat. Thanks. Let's just get this down.
Okay.
AI is not human interaction. Huge problem. I think you get more animated with it and more friend with it, and that worries me.
Well, it's not like, did you see that movie Her, I think it was, with Joaquin Phoenix, where he fell in love with an AI voice or something?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you should watch that. Then there was Ex Machina.
I saw that. Fabulous movie. Fabulous movie. Yeah, that was really good.
Disturbing. So we can say with fairly much confidence, as much as the idiot philosophers can muster anyway, AI is terrible at common sense things, emotional nuance. I mean,
yes.
With some of its responses, I put that emotional response in there for it. That's how I received that. So I think it's being mean to me and taunting me, but it's not. AI is also not good at humor.
No.
Unless you really help it. And I've written some things, but if I submit to AI just to get some ideas for stuff, I'll always change it because it never passes muster all the way. AI is also terrible at anything that involves printers. All right, I'll just say that too.
It's going to tell you I can't take that on right now.
That's what it says.
You're asking me too many questions.
Please try later. Yeah. Or you're over your allotment for the day, or, something stupid like that. But here is what AI is actually good for. Productivity. It's great at figuring out systems or thinking things that certain brains like mine get lost in. Great example is TV. I wanted to get away from the cable company, but I found myself with all these different services, got the Roku and got the, the online streaming things from this platform and that one. And all I wanted to do was get something so I could watch football games, watch a couple of shows that are on HBO. The Pit is my current fave, and Beef. Have you ever seen Beef?
Never heard of it.
Oh, that's on Netflix. Watch Beef. There's 2 seasons.
We're going to have to talk about all the crap you want me to watch that is, I don't know.
It's crap. But back to the point, AI, I asked it, here's what I want. NFL, this show, that show, this show. And that's all. I said, basically, here's what you do. So I ended up going through the phone company, which also pisses me off. I hate the phone company. But they had package deals, so you could put these things together, put it with your phone service, get their internet service, and then, you're on the hook. But it saved me $150 a month or something like that.
That's worth it.
AI is good at automating boring stuff. I know people that used it for automating, like it'll send out emails and give you a good schedule of, here's what's going to go out this time and that time. And, and also helping people who don't want to read 400-page PDFs.
The harder this stuff comes on, the faster I want to run away from it. And I don't know why, because I know there's a good use for it. I know there is, but it's just something about me that says the more something can do my thinking for me, the less I want to be around it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a true danger in our society is that you can turn it over to, I'll just ask it and it'll give you the answer. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
But think about what it's supplanting.
You think back just a few years and we wouldn't be talking about this because it didn't exist as it does now. Kids wouldn't be using it to write their papers for them, try to hand them in to teachers and
well, something, I will give you an example of something that like I believe it is good for and will be used for in the future. And there was a tornado in Enid and I used to live there and
Oklahoma. Yes.
I have friends that have been impacted by this. I think that like AI is fabulous at modeling weather. Nobody died.
Yep.
Right after Katie and I were married, she was in the May 3rd tornado in Oklahoma City. She survived, but there were a lot of people killed. And I think that is, if that's one of the benefits is they're able to model the weather and get warnings out and, it can save people's lives in that respect. Huge, great, bring it on. As far as doing my thinking for me, it just doesn't work. Not for me.
Yeah. So I guess we can close this episode with, if you catch yourself ever arguing with AI, just remember that I did it and I lost.
And when you told me you were arguing with it, I couldn't believe it. I was arguing
Some
with it.
part of you probably could.
Yeah, okay, you got me there.
They're the idiot